What's going on, guys? So I want to do a little bit of a training here. Like I said before, I want to kind of keep showing you guys these trades that I take so you guys can kind of see and understand, when is he taking the trade? What is he thinking when he's taking the trade? Why did he take the trade? And I feel that it would help out a lot to kind of just rehash a couple trades that I take, kind of just post them. Obviously, again, we are using the 5 minute time frame. We're using the 20 SMA, and we are using those breakout indicators, the true or false indicators showing us when we exactly close underneath the 20 SMA and when we close over the 20 SMA. Now, just because we get that indication that, hey, we closed underneath the 20 SMA or we closed over the 20 SMA, not every single one of those trades is going to be a trade that you're going to want to take. Sometimes those signals will come when we're right underneath supply. Sometimes those signals will come, right at the low of day or right at pre-market highs, and there's a little bit more supply that we want to clean up. But I'll kind of show you a play that I took, and I actually have to thank for this play. I got to thank Larry Senior, Biggs, Biggs's dad, who was in the live chat for a moment as he was working back and forth between trading and working, and he kind of called out. He's like, "Hey D, how about Amazon short?" And it was right here in this time between about 10 o'clock, 10:20, 10:15, somewhere in this area. So I'm looking at the chart. I already know that we had the initial washout in the beginning of the day, and we kind of put in these lows here of around 33.20. Okay, so 33.20, and I'll just kind of mark this area that I'm talking about. 33.20. I knew we had this initial washout early in the day, and then we had a nice little bounce here. However, we are still trading below the 200-day moving average on the 5 minute time frame, of course. But what that means is that for me as a scalper, if we're trading below the 200-day moving average, I know, one, this is going to act as an area of resistance, and I know, two, do I want to be getting long on a stock that's still trapped below the 200? How much room is there, between the 20 and the 200? This, that, and the other. So it was right around this time that I think Larry was saying, "Hey, you know what, D, how about Amazon short?" So I started looking at it. I was like, you know what? It looks good. I obviously know that we have room down here to the low of day, right? So this is the current low of day at the time. Just forget about all of this price action here. So as I'm looking at this stock, I notice we come down and we test the 20 period moving average, which is the 20 SMA at 10:35 Pacific Standard Time. And as we got that close here on the 20 SMA, this really put my eyes on Amazon. So it was at 10:40 Pacific Standard Time. We get our first close below the 20. You can see here on the next candle, this is where I took my entry, and this candle actually closed green. So it opened up, it confirmed my entry, and I did get short here. Now, I did have to endure a little bit of pain where the contract went red just momentarily during that 5 minute candle. And then you can see here as that 10:50 Pacific Standard Time candle opened up, we closed at the bottom, we got an initial flush, and then we started to get a little bit of a bounce, right? A little bit of a bounce. However, I was comfortable holding this play because we were still trading underneath the 20. And this is the candle that I'm talking about here. So even though we had a green candle, does not need to concern me. This doesn't worry me. You might as well just, pencil in this candle as being red, right? If I can just get the red to work here, this candle might as well just be red. This candle might as well just be red. This candle might as well just be red. This candle might as well be red, 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 right? So if we're under the 20, it might as well all be red, right? It has nothing to do with my play, because as long as we're trading underneath the 20, this is still on a downward trajectory. So as we're looking at this kind of play out here, we get this initial bounce, and then we get the flush. It was on this initial flush is where I kind of took my profits. And if we just kind of look at what was going on here from my entry, and I try to get it as close to as possible, I always try to, as I see us start to confirm this candle, always try to anticipate that break and get in a little early on the confirmation, right? So I get in on that confirmation candle. tried to get in as close to 33,343 as possible. And then by the time I'm selling on this next wave down, the stock price is down about 9-10 points. So, very, very good move. Now, obviously, again, I'm going to repeat it over. I had no idea it was going to do this, right? I had no idea it was going to come all the way down here. If I would have known that, I would have, taken all of the money in my portfolio, put it into this one single play, and, made a crap ton on that play. But that's the thing with trading. You never know that it's going to do all of this. What you have to be happy with is knowing that, hey, I see my entry here and I'm going to take the initial push. And as soon as you get that initial push, you take those profits off the table. And obviously, if you are trading more than one contract, you sell one, you hold the rest as long as we're trading below the 20, and you continue to ride that play down. I hope that video helps. Thanks again, Larry Sr., for putting me on Amazon today. Highly appreciate that, buddy. And I'll see you guys all in the Discord tomorrow.